Hey guys, welcome back. It's Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Natural born redhead.
Blue eyes too.
Blue eyes, Geeky Sparkles.
Yep.
Gingers represent.
That's right.
All right, we're going to talk about The Little Mermaid again. Like, man, I'm getting tired of doing these Disney videos. But
that's
Disney
all
owns
that's
everything.
news. Yeah, it's like everything in the news is Disney. And I mean, come on.
They own everything. How can you not talk about them?
I don't know.
But we're going to talk about The Little Mermaid live action adaptation we talked about before. We gave opinions on the casting choice, and now apparently lots of Democrats think it was a good idea.
Yeah, this is because we can't do anything but make it about politics somehow.
Like,
and here we go.
Like this. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how the Wall Street Journal actually called out people who are interested in identity politics and their take on the casting choice. We're going to talk about how white Eric is going to be.
Yeah, you know what? That's bull. He can stay looking like, most like Eric. Dark hair, blue eyes. I think his eyes are blue. They might be green.
They're blue.
But Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
I don't know because I don't pay attention. But I'm just saying, he can stay looking like himself. But Ariel, I still say as long as they give her red hair and blue eyes, I'm not going to be too upset by it. But I'm just like, there's not that many redhead princesses anyway.
You take the most notable one, and yeah.
That's what a lot of people said.
Okay, so we're going to talk about how actually the Wall Street Journal, the editorial board of the Wall Street Journal, called out people's hypocrisy. People who supported the race bending of Ariel, they called out their hypocrisy because they're like, wait a second, you guys support, changing Ariel's race and that the role should go to the best actress, but then you attack Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm. And other people.
Right. So we'll get to that later. First, we're going to talk about how all the 75% of self-described Democrats support what this has to do with anything.
Basically, they're saying Democrats like, people of color and Republicans don't, is what they're basically trying to say.
This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter.
And you were like, well, how many people they surveyed? They must have surveyed a lot of people. They surveyed 2,200 people. Supposedly.
Yeah, this is such a loaded poll. This is so ridiculous.
What were the questions? I'd love to know.
Yeah, Disney's choice to cast Halle Bailey in Little Mermaid is mostly well received, poll finds. About 75% of self-described Democrats said they support the casting of the actress in the role, as opposed to 44% of Republicans.
Wait, 40%? The Republicans for sure, not self-described, but Democrats are self-described.
A Hollywood Reporter Morning Consult poll finds.
Where did they poll people?
I don't know. After actress Halle Bailey was cast in the starring role of Disney's live-action remake of The Little Mermaid, many were left to wonder just who exactly the up-and-coming star is. Yeah, I had no idea who she was. With some critics stirring controversy by inquiring why a black actress was chosen for the role rather than someone who matched the Ariel of the '89 cartoon. Some social media users opposed the casting choice and began using the hashtag #NotMyAriel to express their displeasure with the news. However, hashtags didn't match reality. They didn't match reality. Most Americans, especially Democrats, I don't know why you would even bring that up.
Why does that matter?
Why does that matter? Most Americans backed the casting of Bailey as Ariel. The poll of only 2,200 adults was conducted over the course of like 2 days. Yeah.
Right, 8, 9, 10, 3 days.
3 days. In contrast, only 17% replied they oppose Bailey taking on the role. 34% said they strongly support, and 21% said they somewhat support it. Yeah, so like...
Wait, but that's not... Wait. Wait, hold on a second. So, only 17% say they don't like it at all. But then the 34% strongly support 21. So they're doing adding up everybody that supports somewhat, and that's where they're getting their number from? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know how
this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so they're breaking it down like it's like this is a very loaded poll. They're basically like, look, everybody, Gen Z and Democrats, they have it going on. Gen Z and the Democrats, they support her. But
actually doesn't look that bad across the board, honestly.
Really.
I'm not seeing a lot of people think that, very little saying they don't agree with it.
Fewer millennials support it
than the Generation Z and X. Yeah, we're actually X. And my kids are Z. So, well, no, they're not even Z according to that.
No, they're not even Z. I don't even know what they are at this point. But us as adults, I think with them being they're still Z.
Okay, so wait, we go down
boomers
here.
though. Boomers.
So 23% they had no opinion. They weren't even know what was going on.
Yeah. A lot of people are like they're making a Little Mermaid movie.
Why does it matter? I still trying to figure out why it matters if you're a Democrat or Republican. I don't understand why that matters. Honestly, this doesn't even make sense. About half the public, 48% surveyed, supports racial and ethnic minorities replacing traditional white characters. Why does that matter?
I don't know. This is what, like I said, they could have just said, here we polled people, and this is what they said.
But their poll was only 2,000 people.
Right.
Like 2,200 people.
Right.
That's not a poll. You can go to a certain area and poll to get the results you want, knowing the demographics of that area.
Right. But they also, they made sure they broke it down by political affiliation and age, just so you knew who the bad guys were.
But wait.
I mean, that's basically, isn't it? I mean, that's kind of what they're doing.
Wait, I'm confused. How can you have 75% of the respondents agree that they're Democrats and 44% Republicans?
I don't know.
Because if you're polling 2,200 people and 75% of them are Democrats, how can 44% be Republicans?
This is new math. This is Common Core.
I'm just like...
This is Common Core. Apparently 120 some percent, of people.
I'm just saying that doesn't even math. That doesn't even math out.
It doesn't even math out. So let's move on. This is clearly and now this is on comicbook.com.
It's everywhere.
Look, everybody, all the good guys, all the Democrats, and everybody, they love this. They love it.
Look, my problem with it wasn't. I mean, I honestly don't know who she is.
I don't know who she is either.
And my problem wasn't that she was black. My problem was that she didn't have red hair and blue eyes. I'm just like, that's my problem. Because all the other princesses get to look like themselves.
Right.
And they go on representation mattering and everything else, which I don't disagree with. But Ariel looked like me. She looked like my daughter. What about us? It's like, fine, you know what? I will take one for the team. I will be the princess.
There you go. Geeky.
I
sing.
I save bunnies.
Yeah.
I save bees.
You're a good swimmer too.
I don't know if I don't look good in a swimsuit though. I save bunnies and I save bees, and I do things. I do things for the children and everything else. I volunteer to be the new ginger representation.
You play with your dingle hopper?
I do.
Yeah.
So I don't call it a dingle hopper. I call it a fork, and it goes in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
too much by the looks of it.
Anyway, Wall Street Journal very surprised by this. Okay. So they're actually calling out people who are all like, "Oh, this is great." They cast a black actress to play Ariel. They picked who they thought was the best person for the role, despite what they look like, despite not aligning with the original character.
You mean called acting?
Yes. So they're calling out the PC police.
Well, I agree with them.
This is the editorial.
I'm tired of the double standard.
Yeah, this is exactly what they're saying. They're like, you cannot have it both ways. And this is coming from the editorial board of the Wall Street Journal. Identity politics in The Little Mermaid. For once, the PC police discovered that artistic talent trumps race. Purists insist that it's offensive for actors to play characters of a different race, gender, or sexual orientation. So here's a poser. Whom do you cast to play a character who self-identifies as a different species and becomes disabled in the process of a transition?
That's actually pretty accurate.
That's not exactly the debate surrounding Disney's forthcoming live-action adaptation of The Little Mermaid, but it could be. Halle Bailey, a black actress and R&B singer, was cast as Ariel, though Disney has historically depicted The Little Mermaid with white skin, blue eyes, and flaming red hair.
Flaming red hair, I like that.
Cue the controversy. Some fans wanted a redhead cast instead, tweeting that Ms. Bailey was not my Ariel and not my mermaid. The PC police were outraged at these protests, and they were right to argue that Ms. Bailey's race has no bearing on her ability to perform the role well.
Which is true.
Their real problem is hypocrisy, given how the same identity politics practitioners have assailed other actors and artists who face similar identity-centric outrage.
The problem is she needs red hair. Go
yeah,
ahead.
it is. So
that's my problem.
They talk about Scarlett Johansson, how she was accused of whitewashing when she was cast as the Major in Ghost in the Shell, and in the same time, she was also accused of taking a role from a transgender man in the film Rub and Tug.
Because that's what I always thought that was called acting. when you play a character that's not who you are, that's
no,
acting.
You're not allowed to do that anymore. So once you buy into identity politics, your art will never be pure enough. Director Kimberly Pierce's 1999 film Boys Don't Cry called attention to hate crimes against transgender people, winning 2 Oscars. I've actually never seen it. On 2016, Reed College students disrupted Miss Pierce while she was speaking at the school and accused her of transphobia for casting Hilary Swank, who is not transgender, in the lead role. We like to think that The Little Mermaid is a moment of sanity that breaks the identity politics fever, but then on the weekend we learned that Ms. Johansson was attacked on social media again because she dared to say that an artist should be able to play any role, so the madness continues.
Yeah, and that they are still going on about, no, you can't play any role. It's like, but that's kind of what an actor does. That's what an actor is. I mean, there are people that play opposite of what they are all the time, and that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This whole idea that you only can play your own character is stupid. Or you only write your race, your gender, sexual orientation, whatever. That's completely crazy.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that the Wall Street Journal came out and said, you know, this is hypocrisy because you guys are like, you can't play a transgender person, you can't play a character that was Asian if you're playing outside your race, but you're supporting Halle Bailey playing Little
What
Mermaid.
makes me mad about this too is this idea that, you know, that we're gonna do it's a race bender because that's what that way that people will identify with her more and they'll like her more. But she's already really Little Mermaid's already really popular with people. Doesn't matter what color they were. Didn't matter what race, gender, sexual orientation. She was popular with people as she was. My only thing is, what I don't understand is why every other princess was allowed to be who they were except for Little Mermaid. And I said, give her red hair and blue eyes, and you know, I'm not gonna complain about it. Just she needs red hair and blue eyes. It's important to me. It's important to me.
You've heard it from Geeky, as long as she has red hair.
Beyond that, Harry Styles, it looks like Eric, and they're gonna cast him. Why isn't it a Hispanic dude? Why isn't it an Asian dude? You know, I'm surprised they aren't casting a woman.
He's too white to be Eric.
I'm just saying. Look how tan Eric is.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that. Like, I'm not exactly sure where The Little Mermaid takes place, but I always thought Eric was like Spanish or something. Like, I always thought he just looked like he might be from Spain or something like that.
I think it's like a Caribbean thing. I don't know, but
yeah, but he never looked like. I never really thought of him as being like lily white. I always thought he was like Mediterranean or something. And Harry Styles is about as white as you can.
But we can keep Prince Eric, a white guy, which I thought was the devil anymore. He can stay the white guy, but Ariel we have to change. And you know, ironically, my daughter's favorite princess is Tiana. My daughter looks like Ariel, so I'm just like, you know, where's everybody telling her she's not like Tiana because Tiana doesn't look like her. You know, this is ridiculous, and this whole thing is just stupid. Go ahead.
I was just thinking, look at this tentacle. It's dripping. It's behind Eric. Look out, Eric. Look out. Melissa McCarthy's coming for you, Harry Styles.
Oh, well, I don't know. They were joking that it should be Guy Fieri. How do you say his name?
Fieri. Oh, my God.
They said they did because he looks like...
He's got the hair. Who's the Chef Anne...
Burrell?
Is that who it is? Anne Burrell with the spiky white hair? Yeah, they should get her.
I don't know if she sings, though.
Melissa McCarthy is what I've heard, though.
I've heard that, too.
I didn't know Melissa McCarthy sang, either.
I do agree with them saying Gordon Ramsay should play
Chef.
The chef, yeah.
Chef Louis, yeah.
I don't disagree with that. That would be hilarious. But he has to say, where is the lamb sauce?
Where's the lamb sauce? So what's prompting all this talk? Because you go out to Google News and it's like they're
the white nostalgia. Okay.
The white nostalgia.
It's not about white nostalgia. She was traditionally, you made her pale with red hair and blue eyes.
Yeah, so they're ramping up the Little Mermaid talk right now. I think the reason they're ramping up Little Mermaid talk now is to cover for The Lion King.
Yeah.
Not doing so well on Rotten Tomatoes. We don't have audience scores yet.
I'm waiting for the audience score, though. To be completely fair, I don't trust critic scores at all. If I'm going to be completely fair, I don't trust them.
No, but this movie is just again, here we have a movie that's basically a beat-for-beat remake, from what I understand. It's just not as good.
Which the original was a beat-for-beat copy
remake
of something else.
Kimba, yeah. So it's like, it's a copy of a copy.
Mm-hmm. Every time I hear that copy of a copy, I think of Multiplicity. I like Pizza Steve.
This piece of Steve.
She touched my baby. Anyway, go ahead. Anyway,
she touched your Pepe. This movie.
My peepee. That's my peepee, Steve.
This video is getting demonetized.
So anyway,
totally getting demonetized. No, I think that this is the cover because there's been a lot of bad news, and you know, Disney, and we'll talk about this, and we've been talking a lot about Disney lately because it does seem like there's a lot of really bad news out there about Disney, and every time there's bad news about Disney, all this other stuff comes up to push the bad news down.
It's just funny. Well, no, it's just like, but now we're going to try to shame you into bullying you into making you think you're a bad person if you don't agree with what we're saying. And I don't think that's right. I mean, I 100% agree that people, that we should have more diversity and things. I 100% agree with that. But I just don't think that, just race bending characters is the way to go. I think you need to create new characters that are good characters, like Disney's been doing for the past last few years. We've been having these really great characters. And, I just think this whole idea that you have to shoehorn in diversity to and if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you, is absolute garbage. Because a lot of people love Little Mermaid for Ariel for what she was, and they personally related to her. They felt like they looked like her, and that was important.
I just think it's really funny that the Wall Street Journal is calling it out. They really are.
Well, it's hypocrisy, and that's what it is.
Yeah, you can't. This is the editorial board. So these are editors at the Wall Street Journal. Now, the Wall Street Journal has actually attacked PewDiePie and stuff before. And they're flat out saying, you can't have it both ways. Either anybody can play any role if they're qualified for the role or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's it.
And I'm not saying she's not qualified. She might be, but she doesn't have red hair, and I hope they fix that. Honestly, I'll be honest, my biggest thing about this whole thing is the red hair. You better give her dang red hair. But I still love this right here. Whom do you cast to play a character who self-identifies as a different species and becomes disabled in the process of her transition? That is the best. I don't know who wrote this again.
The editorial board at the Wall Street Journal.
I think that sums it up perfectly. That is I never thought of it that way, and that's my favorite thing in this whole article. I'm just that is a good question, and that is a good point, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. Please give us a sub if you like the content. This month has been really, really good for us, and we're hoping to ramp things up. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.